This video is sponsored by Netmarble. Check out Knights Chronicle, the turn-based mobile RPG that I've been playing and having boatloads of fun doing it. And even though it's a mobile game, it feels like a console game. The game has a really awesome storyline, over 100 different heroes for you to choose from, and it has the classic JRPG style, but puts focus on combat above anything. Plus, there's actual multiplayer mode so you can play with your friends too. And there's new costumes and new characters being added all the time, like Janice and Verdandi, for example, in the new release. Try the game out for free. The link is down below in the description. So on the last episode of Dragon Ball Mythbusters here on the channel, I debunked a huge Broly myth with regards to how Broly was defeated in Dragon Ball Z Movie 8, but it turns out that Dragon Ball Z Movie 8, and actually a lot of the movies, but specifically this movie, has a lot more myths and a lot more misconceptions than I had even realized. In fact, the first big misconception came in the very early moments of Dragon Ball Z Movie 8. Which involve Broly's destruction or rampage over the South Galaxy. And a lot of people believe that Broly one-shotted the South Galaxy. Well, I'm afraid that's also a myth, and we're debunking it next. Now, if you're going to go back and watch Dragon Ball Z Movie 8, which is known as Burn Up, or in America, it's known as Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, make sure that you watch it and you switch over to the Japanese version with subtitles, because the dub may have caused more confusion when it comes to this, so we have to look at the original Japanese source. Now, obviously, in the first few moments of the film, King Kai, Kai-Osama, talks about how concerned he is over the Northern Quadrant, the Northern Galaxy, because somebody is causing problems all throughout the Southern Galaxy. Now, the myth is not that Broly didn't cause problems or cause a rampage of the South Galaxy. The myth is more so the idea that Broly destroyed it with one shot, and that's not at all what was said in the film, but there is some confusion based on what was shown, especially in the very beginning of the movie. However, there are some, I guess you can say, inconsistent contradictions here that might confuse things, so this is not entirely like one of those really bad myths that the fans made up. There actually is a reason to be confused here. So let's examine this with all of the evidence that the film itself gives us. So the beginning of the film starts off with the narrator stating that the Southern Galaxy has fallen under Super Saiyan attack. And Kai-Osama, King Kai at the start, says, at this rate, even my Northern Galaxy will be destroyed. So that implies right then and there that the South Galaxy either has been destroyed or will be destroyed at some point. Now, when you look at the word destruction, the implication with that word is a complete and utter wipeout of the entire existence of the galaxy, almost as if Broly was going down there and destroying stars, planets, and just literally just firing a blast and wiping it away from existence, like something Zeno would have done in Dragon Ball Super. And again, it actually is implied that that is the case, because we see a scene in the very beginning of the film that looks to be in space, and we see sort of like a quasar type thing, and it appears like, based on the visuals, that we actually see South Galaxy getting destroyed. But that's not exactly what was going on here as far as the visual medium goes. This was done more of like a time-lapse thing, because Broly did not destroy the entire South Galaxy. Now, how do we know this? Well, there are several statements made later in the film that contradict this idea that Broly just one-shotted the entire galaxy. That's not what happened here. When Paragus first appears, he describes the legendary Super Saiyan as wreaking havoc all over an area of the South Galaxy, which implies that there's still areas that haven't been destroyed yet. And Kai-Osama tells Goku that the same legendary Super Saiyan has already finished tearing up the Southern Galaxy. Now, what's really important to remember is that Kai sends Goku to the Southern Galaxy. Goku then teleports to a planet that's filled with ruins, and that scene right there not only implies but straight up explains to you that Broly didn't just wipe away the galaxy from existence. There are still locations and planets and places there that have not been completely eradicated by Broly. Now, the eradication of a planet at this point in the Dragon Ball series was really not an impressive feat at all. We've seen Master Roshi in Dragon Ball destroy the moon with a Kamehameha. We saw Piccolo flick at a moon. We saw Frieza in his first form, his weakest form, at a power level of 530,000, be able to wipe out planet Vegeta with one blast. So wiping out a planet, completely destroying it, is not a huge feat at this point. So based on this scene, it doesn't appear like Broly just attacked the entire galaxy and wiped it out. It's more so that he was going planet by planet, destroying the people on the planet, which in some ways is probably more fun for him, but in other ways probably a waste of time, because we know for a fact that Broly has way beyond the planetary level of power. I mean, if Frieza in his first form can wipe away planet Vegeta, Broly in suppressed or legendary Super Saiyan, it should be a flick of a pinky finger to do it for him. But he didn't do it. Now, obviously, Broly's a very savage dude, so he probably enjoyed, like, killing people, you know, little by little. He seems to be kind of sadistic in that way, so that does make more sense. Now, there is a statement that was made in the movie itself where Goku describes Broly as being the Super Saiyan that ran riots through the Southern Galaxy. Now, when you look at the original Japanese word of this scene, the word that was used is Abare Mawaru, which is pretty much just him rampaging. He didn't say he destroyed the South Galaxy, but he's rampaging it. So it's presumed that Broly was pretty much going from planet to planet, or from solar system to solar system, wiping out the civilizations on these planets and not necessarily just eradicating or destroying them. So the word destroy in context of this film is not Broly wiping away the South Galaxy in one shot. It's him laying waste to the civilizations in the Southern Galaxy. In fact, Goku goes to one of these planets that was already raided. We see it in the movie. So outside of that one little visual shot at the beginning of the film that shows the Spiral Galaxy getting wiped out, there's really no other evidence in this film that points to Broly just wiping out the entire galaxy, especially since Goku goes to that location. That visual may have been in Kaiosama's head. Maybe he was thinking about it. I mean, who really knows? But we have evidence in the film that says otherwise. But that's not all. There is also a line later on said by Paragus where he describes the legendary Super Saiyan as wreaking havoc in the Southern Galaxy. So how is it possible for you to wreak havoc in a location that no longer exists? Because it still does. All Broly was doing is doing what Majin Buu did at the end of Dragon Ball Z during that big confrontation. He was going from planet to planet, destroying things one by one, and sadistically enjoying himself while he did it. Now, that does not mean that Broly is incapable of destroying more than a planet. Obviously, it would be easy for him to do it because of how strong he is, but this idea that he actually wiped out the entire galaxy in this movie just doesn't fit whatsoever at all. Plus, there's other movies and other episodes that show the South Kais and discuss the South Galaxy, so it just doesn't seem probable whatsoever that Broly actually destroyed the South Galaxy, but he definitely could have wiped away all living life on it had Goku and the others not tried to step in and stopped him from doing so. It could also be that maybe Goku wound up landing on a planet that Broly had not entirely finished off yet. I mean, that could also be the scenario, but nonetheless, no matter which way you want to slice it, the planet that Goku goes on is in the South Galaxy. It still exists. The galaxy is still there. And there's even more evidence to this later on in the film when they talk about what happened with Planet Shamo. So Broly, it was said, attacked Planet Shamo after the people on the planet were moved to Planet Vegeta, the new Planet Vegeta, the one that Paragus is trying to establish. But Planet Shamo is still in the movie because we see Broly destroy the planet in the film. We see Broly easily do this. Like I said earlier, it's not that he can't do it, because obviously even if you're an amateur power scaler, you know that he can do this, but this idea of him destroying the entire galaxy in one shot just doesn't hold up, because when we see Broly do this in the middle of the film, it pretty much seems consistent with this idea that Broly went around attacking planets by destroying the cities and civilizations on the planets rather than just blowing them up like how Frieza did to Planet Vegeta or like how he did to Planet Shamo. So yes, Broly was rampaging all throughout the Southern Galaxy, but as far as him destroying the entire thing, no, that's not the case at all. And you could even point to the line where Paragus said that he was going to conquer 3 galaxies and didn't even talk about the South Galaxy. Well, if Broly wipes out all civilizations, how is he going to rule over a bunch of empty planets? You know, it doesn't really make that much sense. Because the South Galaxy, at least after what happened in the movie, was pretty much uninhabited. Now, whether or not they use the Dragon Balls or something to resurrect the people that Broly killed, we never see that on screen, so that probably never even happened. We don't even know. But this is one of those cases where, once again, as a fandom, we really can't put too much weight on events that happen in these movies, because when Takao Koyama was writing this story, he obviously wanted to have a big, impressive feat to open up the film, and the idea of Broly rampaging through a galaxy seemed to be a pretty cool idea. But I think a lot of fans have taken this and misconstrued it as Broly wiped away the galaxy in the beginning of the movie in one shot, and that is not what happened whatsoever. The evidence is right there in the film. Goku couldn't go to a planet that was in that galaxy if it was totally wiped away. So Broly just went from planet to planet destroying things, which is still a scary thought, but it was an idea, again, that Koyama had put in the movie just to kind of make Broly a scarier dude, you know, as they prepared to go against him. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Mythbusters, and yeah, I wonder how strong Broly's going to be in the new movie. I'm sure he's way, way more powerful than this Broly. This dude could probably flick away a galaxy for real in the new movie, maybe even a universe. Who the heck knows? We'll find out very shortly when the movie comes out. Anyways, thank you guys. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thank you to Netmarble for sponsoring this video, and check out the link in the description. Try the game out for yourself.